GameStop, okay? Sales of pre-owned games down big. The stock is down 7%. Come on in, Tian Wang, gamer, world news entertainment host, a man who knows his stuff. Now, you're not sure, I know what you're saying here, you don't think that GameStop is going to survive, do you?
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult situation for GameStop. You know, historically speaking, there have been times back in 2000 and 2012 where they've operated at a net loss, but it's pretty safe to say that 2018 was the worst year ever in the company's history. And it's really because the ecosystem, when it comes to the way video games are sold and distributed, has changed underneath their feet. You know, looking at their quarterly report, one of the things that I was very bothered by was that they actually lost 21% of their revenue from pre-owned sales. And this is actually the part of their company that has the highest gross margins. So if you look at trends within GameStop, they get about half of their revenue from selling new and pre-owned games. And that slice of the pie is simply going to decrease over time. And if you look at hardware, you know, they might actually have a bit of a fortune in the next year when Sony and Microsoft release their next generation consoles. But if you look at the long-term trend, that line of revenue could disappear entirely because everything is going the way of cloud gaming. You know, you look at Google Stadia.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but it just reminds me of Blockbuster. You used to have Blockbusters everywhere, all across the country, all over the place, but technology leapfrogged over them and they went out. It's pretty much the same with GameStop, isn't it? Technology acing them out.
You know, I feel like a lot of analysts do make that analogy to Blockbuster, but I think in some ways it's actually unfair to GameStop. One of the things that's very interesting that you might not know about is that GameStop was actually one of the pioneers of cloud gaming technology along with OnLive. It's just the timing wasn't right. I don't think there was a lot of consumer demand and the technology just wasn't there to make it a very smooth experience. But now, you know, all of these major tech companies are hopping on board, so it's not like they're going to be able to do it because they won't have the technological expertise.
But they were pioneers. But the bricks and mortar stores that I still see in shopping malls, you think they're going?
Yeah, you know, for GameStop to be able to survive, they're going to have to really change out these stores. And one of the things that's kind of interesting is that they're going to be taking a page from the out-of-homes market by leaning heavily into esports. And so what these markets do in the United States, they're like these LAN video gaming centers where people come together to play video games, but they can also watch esports tournaments and participate in amateur tournaments. So this is the kind of direction that GameStop is going to try to go to salvage their business, but it's going to take a bit of renovation, let's just say, because their stores are very small and they need to expand their physical presence.
You know, you really do know your stuff, don't you? And we just love that. Tian Wang, thanks
Thank you
as
very
always.
much,
No, take a bow, young man, take a bow. Thanks for being with us, sir. We always appreciate it. Thanks very much.